Well, hello there, Cancer. It's so good to see you again. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are going to be doing your weekly tarot. This is good for the week of July 18th through the 24th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's take a look at your animal spirit, elephant spirit, learn from the past. Okay, now Cancer, I'm not sure. I think you had this either last week or maybe the week before. There's this situation that is having a difficult time clearing out. It's about taking a look at this past situation. It could be, some work situation. It could be love. It could be family. But whatever this is, there is something here that you are really supposed to learn before you can move on. It's almost as if you're refusing to show up for your final exam. Yeah, co-create with spirit. Interesting energy. Your angels, your spirit guides are really trying to help you to clear this out so that you can move on. There's wonderful things at the end of this. But there's this sense of almost, I want to say, stubbornness. With the elephant, it's almost a little bit of a stubborn energy. Almost, I don't want to. Maybe this is a conversation you need to have with somebody, or this is, a situation or a relationship that you need to leave. But you just don't want to have that conversation. You just don't want to close that door quite yet. But there is a pattern with this. You're seeing a repeating pattern. This situation, relationship, has very much the same pattern within it as other similar relationships or situations, or there's a repeating pattern within this relationship. It's as if you see the pattern. I think you see the pattern, intuitively what this is. But yet at the same time, it's an energy of, I'm not yet ready. I feel like that's what it is. It's more of, I'm not yet ready. So let's see what we can do for you here. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. Yeah. There's something new right there in front of you, Cancer. It's a really exciting energy. It's kind of like, I feel like you don't want to say goodbye. You just want to get on the boat and go, right? Because it's kind of like, there's a dock there. And you may be waiting for the boat to show up, hoping that the boat or, the taxi, the bus, the plane, whatever just shows up so you can just take off and not say goodbye. I think it's because this is a difficult situation. It's not really that you don't have the courage. Cancer, that's not like you, right? Taking shelter, yeah, going within. I think you're almost hiding out from this person or this situation. Almost a sense of, trying to keep the covers over your head. It's kind of like, like a little kid that has maybe a big test at school and isn't really sure they're ready for it and is, almost faking it to stay home from school. The thing that's coming out in this, though, is that Cancer, you're going to have to face this at some time. So it's kind of like, I feel like there's a lot of anxiety for you in this situation. So it's like, why not have the conversation? Why not go ahead and say goodbye or express your feelings or whatever this is, right? So that you can move on to the next world, right? Yeah, there's this energy of I don't want to, and yet at the same time, it's preventing you. It's almost as if the universe is saying, no, you don't get to move forward until you have this conversation or whatever this is. And it's almost like they're dangling this as a carrot, right? Here you go, Cancer. All you have to do is say goodbye. It's really hard. So let's see what the Tarot has. Professional assistant, status quo, victim mentality. Intuition and manifestation. I feel like you are truly manifesting this new world, wanting to move forward. I'm wondering, are you hoping this person will come along with you? You don't want to have this conversation because you're afraid if you do, they'll say, I don't want to go on the boat with you. Like, say you want to move somewhere new, you want to change careers, or, this could be, a spouse, a long-term committed relationship, and you're like, hey, I really want to move somewhere pretty far away, or go in a new direction with my career or something, and it may be upsetting to your significant other because it means, the finances of the family or something are going to change significantly. Or it means, maybe you have children and they have to be taken out of their school and moved to a new place, away from their friends and maybe other extended family. There's this sense of, I really want to go. I know, though, that somebody or the situation may not want to go with me. So if I go, I may have to go by myself. Almost a sense of concern that somebody won't want to go with you. Or you may be trying to leave. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Six of Swords. I think you want to move on. I'm really sending you out a lot of love and hugs because you're really wanting to drop the burden of the situation, relationship, and move forward. You want calmer waters. I feel like this situation, there's two scenarios. This situation is very chaotic for you, or this situation is okay, but it's not fulfilling. You want to go somewhere else. You want to seek out your true fulfillment. So your present energy is professional assistance and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant represents institutions, corporations, traditional roles, traditional thinking, religions, schools. It also represents long-term committed relationships, marriage, being committed to something for a very long time. And then we have professional assistant. So it could be either, a career that you've been in for a long time. You're seeking out counseling about how you can change careers. Perhaps you're trying to go back to school to get more, education. You may be seeking out some counseling about that. You could be wanting to either get married or to end a marriage and seeking out counseling for that. There's some situation that is truly perhaps been with you for a very long time. It may have, values to it that are from your childhood, but now all of a sudden things have changed. You have changed. You have ascended. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure that I truly believe in the same thing that I did before. I want to go in a new direction, and perhaps seeking out, assistance in doing this. Let's clarify this and see what we have. Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Wanting to build a strong foundation in something, and yet at the same time you want to take action, but you're kind of confused. You're like looking at all your options. I feel like that may be why you have the professional assistance here. So say you want to go back to school, okay? So you may be confused about, well, what are my options? What kind of jobs could I get if I get a degree at, a certain school? How much would they pay? Where would I have to live? You know, there could be a lot of questions. You're wanting to take action, but there's confusion as to how to take action. And I feel like that's why you are seeking professional assistance. And then we have the Page of Cups, a sense of needing some forgiveness, you know, in this situation with a certain person or in a certain relationship. So it could be a marriage that you're thinking of ending. You're seeking counsel about that. You're kind of confused. What are our different options? You know, wanting to take action. And yet at the same time, there's this is what is holding you back. You have this love for this person or this situation, even if you're in chaos right now and conflict. Okay, it's kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. I have this love still for this person or this situation. That's why I feel like it's just so hard for you to shut this person, this situation out. You know you need to make a change, and yet at the same time, there's a lot of love. It's almost a sense of, I want to pivot, you know, I want to go in a new direction, but I can't go in a new direction until I know that this person, this situation is going to be okay without me. Because I feel like you really maybe want to move on without this person or this situation. It could be for some of you, maybe you have, you know, you're wanting to move to some faraway place or, you know, a new city. Your parents could be older. You're worried about leaving them behind. This isn't a move they want to make. You're kind of confused, looking for counseling about, you know, what options. How can I make sure they're going to be okay before I leave? You know, you could be thinking about getting a divorce or something and then looking for options about like joint custody of children or, you know, situations like that. Yeah, so this has been coming for some time, you know, with this Knight of Pentacles. It's been building for some time. This wanting to make a change in your life. And, you know, here's the Hierophant again. Just not sure. This isn't the right. You made a decision in the past that isn't panning out the way that you thought it would. So you're kind of like confused and self-doubt. Is this really going to last forever? I want to make a pivot now before I spend any more time or energy on this situation. But you're not really sure how to do that and to close this energy out with love. It's coming from a very good place, Cancer, I'll have to say. So we have status quo and 5 of Cups. This is your obstacle. The normal everyday life, your status quo life, is not fulfilling. There's a sense of there has to be something better than this. You know, it could be a marriage that it's not like anything specific is wrong. It's more an energy of it's just not fulfilling. I want more out of a relationship than I'm getting with this person. It could be a job, a career that's just not fulfilling. You're like, I want more. And it's not like I want more in a greedy way. It's because I do feel like you want to leave this situation in a good way. Learn from the past. I'm kind of wondering if in the past you didn't leave a relationship or a situation and you didn't close it out really well. So, you know, you may have said goodbye to the person or something, but I feel like there's part of this, you know, learn from the past is that you may not have closed something out completely in the past, or somebody didn't close out a cycle with you completely in the past, and you understand how painful that is. You want to make sure you don't either make that mistake again or that you make this mistake, because you understand how painful it is when somebody leaves. Even if they want to, you know, we all have free will. So if somebody wants to leave, they have the option to leave. But it's about the way that we leave, you know. And it could be that maybe you were clearing out some old karma And now you're understanding, yeah, I don't want to do that to somebody else. If you've ever been ghosted, probably everybody has. If you've been ghosted, then you know how that feels, and you don't really want to do that to somebody else. Yeah. Okay, you got King of Pentacles on the bottom. Lots of divine masculine energy here. So it's wanting something long lasting and loving. You want to turn the wheel. You want a new chapter in your life. You're seeking out something that is loving and also rewarding financially. With the King of Pentacles on the bottom, wow. And the Tower card, Six of Pentacles, Two of Cups. For some of you, I feel like you've had some type of epiphany. You may have been putting a lot of time and effort into your career, into building stability, and you've had this epiphany. Wait a minute. I want a balanced, loving life. I don't want to spend all of my time just working. You could be in a relationship with somebody that all they do is work. And you're kind of like, yeah, I want to be, with somebody that is financially stable, because you still want that, right? But you also want a loving, committed relationship. You want emotional intimacy. Okay, so let's see where this is taking us, because we have victim mentality and the Seven of Wands. Victim mentality is, just feeling a little bit like you're the victim of a situation and trying to, overcome it with the Seven of Wands, coming out of this cage, overcoming a situation that is very difficult for you. So let's get some clarity on this. This is, Seven of Swords, Death, Six of Cups, Four of Swords. On the bottom, wanting some healing. I feel like somebody's betrayed you, ran away in the middle of the night, didn't say goodbye, ghosted you. Or you could have done that to somebody else, okay? Because I feel like there's a little bit of mirroring energy, maybe even a twin flame connection here. But, there's a Scorpio energy here with the Death card. Doesn't have to be a Scorpio. It's this, I want to put an end to this betrayal. I want to put an end. You could have, like, even a family pattern, behavior pattern of, cutting and running. When things get tough, people run away, okay? So you could have somewhat of that, and you're kind of like, wait a minute, I want to break this ancestral pattern, learn from the past. You may be taking a look at a pattern that has been in your family for a very long time. It could be an addiction. It could be, substance abuse. It could be, gambling. It could be, affairs. It could be, but it could also be something like, just not being emotionally intimate or available for other people in your life. Kind of like a cold, type of relationship. A lack of conversation, a lack of communication. And that could be what you're trying to break. You're seeing this pattern. You're kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. Because for some of you, with the Hierophant, it's about family. But I wonder if some of you are kind of like, I want to break this pattern, even if you don't have children yet, but you're maybe hoping to have children in the future. You're kind of like, I want to break this pattern because I don't want my children to go through this. Or I don't want my grandchildren to go through this. There's this energy of, I have to kind of like step it up. I have to get out of this victim mentality of thinking, oh, well, this is the way my family is, Or you could be dealing with somebody, a spouse or a good friend or a family member that's, that's how our family is. We're all, we all have this pattern of addictions or whatever it is. And so I can't break it. And you're kind of like, no, we have to break it. We have to move on. We have to take action. We have to drop this burden. Yeah, death again. We have to go in a new direction, somewhat where we're working together to almost break this ancestral pattern. Really interesting because, yeah, I feel like, there's almost this energy of wanting to return to a time that was more innocent, more playful, more childlike. Just this, I feel like you're seeing the pattern and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had not seen this pattern. Because you're realizing you're part of the pattern. And that your children will be part of the pattern. Your grandchildren will be part of the pattern. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, if I don't break this pattern, this could be lying, betraying, or just like self-sabotaging. It's a pattern that you're seeing, like in your bloodline, right? And it's kind of like, no, let's get back to more innocent days, Yeah. I'm going to, let me clarify, I want to clarify the death card because you've had the death card come up a couple of times. So what is it that you're trying to end here? What are you trying to end? Yeah. Okay, Tower on the bottom. I think this comes in. Okay, I'm just going to say, I really feel like for some of you, it is having the strength and the courage to face, either third-party situations with the Three of Cups or overindulging in, alcohol or, substances of, just overindulging, having this feeling of life is just about fun. Where can we get our next fun? But it leaves everybody sad, It could be everybody gets together. It could be even the family gets together. We all get together. We all start drinking, and then things go sour, There's a big argument or feelings get hurt. Somebody leaves crying. And you're kind of like, why does that always happen? And I feel as if, there is this energy of, I just want to run away from this family, right? This situation. But I think you're really being called with the Hierophant here. You're really being called to say, wait a minute, let's break the cycle. Whatever this cycle is, let's step up. Let's do it together. You could be having like a family intervention or something like that. It's kind of like, this is too important. I really get a sense that it's too important. You have the Strength card. I think that this is, definitely coming in with Leo season. Leo season starts July 20th. So, it's definitely for this week. I feel there's this sense of, oh my gosh, time is running out. We either have to break this, or you may have a conversation. We either have to talk about this, get some professional assistance, change this, or I have to leave. I have to go my own way. And I don't think you want to go your own way. I think you're doing it to protect yourself and maybe to protect your children or grandchildren. You're like, if I can't get everybody to break the cycle, then I have to move and break the cycle by myself. Okay, what if it isn't true? All right, the things you're telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough. What if it wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Yeah, so I feel there's a little bit of this energy where, you could have people in this situation telling you, that you're just the party pooper, right? Or you're, why are you raining on our parade or something like that? You could be having these conversations, right? Or trying to bring them up, and people are kind of like saying, oh, you're just the party pooper. But what if that isn't true? What if you are seeing a pattern here that needs to be broken? You're being asked to learn from the past, right? So you're seeing that. The other thing is that, for some of you, you could have somebody coming to you concerned about an issue that they see within the family, not necessarily maybe with you, Cancer, but within the family, and, asking for your help. But I feel like this is a really pivotal moment in your life, and it's not just one moment. It could be, a month or so. But there's this energy. You're still in your birthday season, right? For a little bit longer. I feel like you're really trying to clear this out before your birthday season is over. You're trying to turn a new leaf. You want something new for the new year. And if you have to, I feel like some of you will physically move away to almost get a fresh start for yourself. It's almost like the veil has been, pulled back. You see crystal clear what the situation is here. And it's like, yeah, you can pull the curtain back over, but guess what? Now that you just know, right? And once you know, it's just really hard to not know. So I do send you much love and hugs in this situation, Cancer. I'd love to hear in the comments how this might resonate with you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I am also giving away a free personal reading. And so in order to be entered into that contest, all you have to do is comment to this video and have in your comments somehow love and light. And you will be entered, and I will be polling the winner on July 20th, the first day of Leo. So you may be interested in that, and I do wish you so much love and light. I have a couple of videos that you may be interested in, so you may want to take a look at one or both of those, but I hope to see you again really soon. And please be gentle and kind with yourself. Bye for now.